Alright, so to create a call to arms, I'm hoping this one rolls a little better. Let's take a look. Last one was not all that great. Had a +1 to battle orders. That's the main weapon I'm using hard above. Then after that I got quite a bit of gold. So I think I'm gonna roll for some different ranks. Hopefully something with a faster cast rate. This one's okay, it's not great. Let's see. Oh, and the other day created Enigma. Turned out pretty good. I used the wire fleece, which is good because it has the low strength requirements. And if you see, I also created Fortitude for my mercenary and Grief. The other weapon he's using right now is Lawbringer. It's really good for crowd control. But I'm thinking of maybe making another Grief or something different. Not entirely sure yet. Alright, so I have everything I need for the other call to arms. And I've been finding runes like crazy. I've been on like a winning streak, man. It's just left and right finding things. So I have the Am, the Row, now, Is and See, I found a few X's the other day. Found a job. Sure. Got 3 lows built up. Just X. Found another what is it, a Geets? Found another one of those, not great. This is the one I'm using. Let's see. Shan. I almost used this the other day when I was making Grief, so that would have been bad. Yeah, I've just been doing real. It's weird, man. I don't know if they changed the algorithm or I don't know. It's a fine balance. If you go too heavy with the magic find, it just doesn't always work. You gotta have like a really high kill rate. That's what I've learned. So I've tried to group together large amounts of the enemy and just run through them as quick as possible. It's kind of a new strategy. It seems to be working fairly well. The spirit's really good. If you look, it's pretty much plus 68% all res except for the fire. So I found 2 mage fists the other day. Had the Trangs for a while. I have the Griffin Eye just in case. Thinking about switching to Fist of Heaven. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this and then a little bit of gambling, use up some of this gold I have. Hopefully we can find a good brain. I got no room, I gotta something.
What do you need?
Yeah, I started a garden this year, planting some different organic things. I've got some 4 different kinds of tomatoes, some green beans, some lettuce, different herbs, things like that. Trying to like supplement. Spend a lot of money on produce. So trying to find different ways to kind of supplement everything going on. And I hate to tell you guys, but it's only going to get worse. I don't know if anyone's paying attention to what's going on with supply chain, as well as what's going on with food production and all of that. We are, despite what they say in the news, we are going into a grand solar minimum. So the amount of food production is it's going to go down considerably. And then you have all the hits to the global supply chain, which is not good. And it seems like about every week for the last 8 months, major food processing plant in America is up burning to the ground. These are all things that most people are not aware of. I'd like to say things are going to get better soon, but I think we're going to go through a very dark period, not just here in America, but really globally. So I think everyone needs to be doing little things as we move into this transition. Like you guys, I have loved ones that need to make sure I'm taken care of. But yeah, so I'm trying to like learn up on different things, how to be a little more self-reliable. I mean, as a culture, we have really come detached from what it means to be human. We've become less self-reliant, I think. And I don't think a lot of people are ready for what's coming. So it's something to think about, man. There's always little things you can do to improve your situation. I just feel like with everything going on in the world, like I've never had this real solid urge to just try to be a better person, man. And try to do the right things, especially when no one's looking. I think if we all do that a little bit each day, man, this is going to become a much easier transition. But yeah, we're going into hard times, you guys. So I don't know. It's just something that's been on my heart. I want to talk more about, because the more people that are actually prepared for what's coming, zero will be on everything. All right, I think I got it. Man, but yeah, I got the burr. I got another jaw. Got some homes of X. Got 3 lows in the pocket, man. Yeah, my luck's just been out of this world lately. Found 2 mage fists the other day. I don't have room for all this, man. I got so many mules. I don't know if the algorithm's changed or if I'm just getting better. But, man, I've had a lot of luck. Alright, so I got that right. We got that. Let's see. Let's hope this one rolls a little better. Alright, let's do it. And just look one more time. I hate messing up on stuff. Alright, it's 5 socket. Very nice. Let's do it. Bam. Row. Now. Fist. Oh. Oh, it's even worse. Man, that sucks. Well, guess I can trade it. So at least, see, I got a 6 on the battle commands on this, which isn't too bad. Damage is actually much higher. Not that that really matters. All right. Guess let's spend some of this gold. All right. So get a GG ring, some faster cast rates, something a little better. Some pretty fire resist. I'm out. Some good all resist actually. All right, better than that. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, a lot of people don't realize most of the world's fertilizer is from Russia. People don't really understand just how fragile our system is, and we put it under constant strain. Last 3 years, it is at its breaking point. It's not too bad, I guess. Might hold on to that. It would have been nice if it had some all res, though. I got a really good idea of the Zeal palette, but I'm gonna at least like 4 or 5 burr. And that strength index is low. It might be worth 12. At one point, I found a blue magic ring. It had 10 faster cast rate and 25 all res. I ended up trading it. That was an amazing ring. It's hard to get all res that high, usually on magic rings. Alright. woke up woke up a few days ago, and I went outside. Beautiful. Got this lake in my backyard. Felt the sun shining down on me. I looked across the water. It was beautiful. It's amazing. In that moment, I realized that the earth, or the sun rather,
I can't carry
is giving off new information. That's really all the sun is. That's what everything is. It's information. This is literally a matrix where ones and zeros everywhere. That's what vitamin D is. Vitamin D is information. And the sun is a taker and a giver. It can take from you, literally take your life if it becomes too oppressive. But it also shares information. Vitamin D is information. It helps things grow. It regulates hormones in different life forms. And I felt something different that way. I don't know what it was. I believe it has something to do with fourth turning. But I realized the sun in that moment was giving off the information. I think because of that, humans are going to start to think and act differently. Hopefully for the better. I honestly think that's what a lot of what all this going on is. The lockdowns and these injections and things. With the powers that be are trying to slow down what's changing. Information is changing, which means human beings will also change. So I think they're trying to slow that down, stop that from happening as quickly. Because when humanity changes, becomes more self-reliant, begins to have more empathy for all living things, then the powers that be, powers that have been for thousands of years, will lose power and will lose control. And there will be a great awakening. I think the powers that be are terrified. We've always had the power, but we gave it up. Become cowards. Really, there's nothing to be afraid of. And I know I'm an eternal being. Powers that be are terrified of people figuring that out. I don't think all human beings have souls. I think there are background people, NPCs, basically just biological coding, soulless avatars. Do you think that that exists? It's okay. That's not great. It's okay. So yeah, man, I think that there are powers that are trying to slow all this down, but it can't be stopped. I do think that over the next few years, though, there's going to be a lot of pain and suffering. You know, life is kind of like a forge, being tested. I think humans are about to be tested in ways that have never been tested before. Alright, it's interesting. Not quite GG, but I'll hold on to it. I mean, really, humanity is literally at war with the old gods of this earth. And Humanity has always gone through certain cycles. It appears that we are in Jubilee. There will be a reset, and resets are usually not easy. Become very comfortable and lazy, self included. So, doing what I can to strengthen myself, educate myself. Knowledge is power. It's that line in the Bible that says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. And that is true, man. I see it. I see it all around me. People are perishing for lack of knowledge. Interesting. Alright, so we found a few mediocre rings. Nothing really special. A lot of gold. Alright, let's see. All resist 5. Hold on.
Impossible.
My space already? It's ready. Yeah, what's today? Wednesday? If you notice, my chest is pretty unorganized. What am I doing? Kind of always been that way. Oh my God. You guys know that 70% all US dollars are outside of the United States of America. Most of our currency isn't even in this country. What would happen if all the countries of the earth decided to abandon the US dollar and all those dollars came back here? Man, that would be pretty crazy, would it not? Imagine inflation that would happen over something like that happening. These are things I think about. And this gold goes quick. Got my gold climbed up pretty high at this point. Man, I can't believe I rolled so low. Thought I was gonna get a perfect. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, this is actually this is the first time I've ever even made a Hammerdin. I know Hammerdin's like one of the most popular characters. Back in the day when I was a teenager, my favorite character was always the barbarian, which is a shame because we all know the barbarians are, they're not the strongest character. Just really enjoyed playing with like the Frenzy Barb. I had a lot of fun with the Whirlwind Barb as well. But I'm really liking this paladin. It's just it's naturally strong across the board. Really don't even need like super great gear, you know, to survive in most parts. Certainly doesn't hurt. Yeah, so I think a safe investment right now would be like physical silver, nothing fancy. You go get different types of junk silver, like the old silver dimes, silver quarters, things like that. You can still get them for fairly cheap. You can, you know, spend $20 here, $20 there every time you get a paycheck. Just have a little extra on hand. I would also recommend that people have a little extra food on, and may want to go like invest in some gardening tools, things like that, because hard times are coming, and worldwide famine is coming as well. It's already starting to hit certain countries, and you know, no one's really doing anything to reverse some of this. It seems like every day the problems are just compounded. So, you know, America's in a much better position than most countries. So you'll have shortages of things here and there. The is it baby formula? We see that. You'll see high prices on certain things, but we'll be fine until probably sometime next year, maybe mid next year, summer next year. There will come a point at that time most Americans realize that you know, if they don't want to go hungry, they have to start growing some of their own food. There will most likely be like food rations, things like that. So I would get ahead of the game in some of these areas. Maybe start learning about things like gardening, foraging. There's also things like guerrilla gardening that I find interesting. Maybe look for like local groups on Facebook that are into that kind. Like I said, man, knowledge is power, and understanding and knowing that some of these things are coming, you know, could save your life, or at least make your life a little easier. Uh, yeah, the world will never be what it was. Things are never going to go back to the way they were. Uh, and I think for the bad, but also eventually for the good. We are we are evolving as humans. Well, truly, we're devolved, and then through the devolution, we will begin to evolve. Yeah, I think this whole matrix, man, it's set up on timelines. It has fail safes. It has rules, and some of these rules can be bent or broken. You know, it's all ones and zeros. We're playing out a script. I mean, humanity is being used to play out a script. Yeah, we have free will to an extent, but maybe not as much as what we think, because we are literally playing out a script. It's like a video game. It's been coded to do a certain thing. If you've already played the game, you know what the ending is going to look like. Or maybe there's multiple endings. But it's still written to do a certain thing. So, you know, in knowing that, and then also knowing that you're eternal, man, I say enjoy life. Don't take things too seriously. Um, I do think it is super important to try to be a good person, to, you know, constantly try to evolve. But also don't take things too seriously. Alright, running down to the end. I've already been streaming for 30 minutes. Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to craft next. I think I may do another brief for my mercenary. I'm thinking about maybe starting a barbarian here on ladder 1. I've always enjoyed the barbarian. Maybe a druid. The druid sounds kind of fun. But, I mean, at the moment, I'm really having fun. Man, that's pretty good. Nice if it had some res. But yeah, I like that. It's decent. Here, one, so it's got the 8 life stolen. Man, I wish the Hammerdin used that. So I really like salvation. Definitely comes in. So, for redemption. Alright, I gotta get a good ring. I'm almost broke. Come on. Man, I can't believe I found a jaw and a burr in like a 10-hour window. It's definitely quite a few hours. That I found the jaw in the Arcane Sanctuary. I think it was just a normal monster that dropped it, and then after that, I found the burr on Act 5 Frigid Highlands. I found it in an unlocked chest. That's why I always pop those chests, man. I found some really good stuff in chests before. Yeah, you never know where you're gonna find some. That's why a lot of times when I do like magic runs, I'll actually try to kill all the little monsters on the way. I don't just go straight for the boss. I know a lot of people do that, but I usually don't get great items from the bosses. It's usually from the little regular monsters that I find the best stuff. So, and I also enjoy the game more instead of just like teleporting past everything. I don't. It's just not my style. Alright, this is about it. Last 4 rings. Man, we got a godly one somewhere. Nope. Nope. Alright, well, I guess that wasn't too bad. Would have been nice to have more resin. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks, guys. Catch you later. Bye.